Jesus in a phone booth.
Nice.
Huh. Oh, and there's Mary. Hey, welcome to Block by Block, the web series where we take you on adventures around the city of Chicago. This time, we're breaking away from the north side and heading southwest of downtown to a little area known as Pilsen. Pilsen has a majority Hispanic population, and it really shows. It's well known for its art scene and wealth of Mexican culture, though it occasionally gets a bad rep for being bordered by some seedy areas. The city of Chicago defines Pilsen's boundaries as 16th Street to the north, Western Avenue on the west, and the south branch of the Chicago River on the south and east sides. The majority of its commercial area is along 18th Street, which is full of Mexican shops, restaurants, bakeries, and a couple of tortilla factories too, which is awesome because tortillas are delicious. The National Museum of Mexican Art is also nearby at Harrison Park. One of the big things I was really interested about at first was why Pilsen has such a big Hispanic population, and why it's sort of come to be the area that it is today. Early on, Pilsen was mostly an area of Eastern European immigrants who lived there because they worked in the stockyards nearby. In the 1960s, there was construction on the west side at the University of Illinois at Chicago, and that pushed a really big Mexican population out of the area, and they all moved to Pilsen. Low rent and low property values attracted a lot of artists too who were looking for cheap studios. One of the biggest things I've heard so far about Pilsen is about their murals, many of which I'm told display very ethnic styles and a lot of really culturally charged messages. I've been told there's a really long string of them painted on a wall along 16th Street, so we'll definitely have to check that out. I'm headed out now to meet my friend Zach, who offered to show us around because he lives right in the heart of Pilsen. Hello.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to El Barrio.
What's the reason behind a lot of the murals? Just because people like painting murals, or?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think Pilsen kind of really values art. It's just a culture that really appreciates it for whatever reason. So they like allow the space for it.
Yeah, and they're really nice too. I mean, I always think they make the city look a lot prettier.
Yeah.
Alright, so what happened last night?
Well, I was making dinner up in my apartment, and I hear these three loud, what sound like gunshots. And I start to see this guy retreat. I see this group of kids run into the grocery store. But they're, you know, one of them's telling them, like, don't run, you know, it's to not, like, look terrified. And then 5 minutes later, the police come, and they pull up, and they're, you know, get out of the car, and they're looking around with flashlights trying to find bullet casings.
Wow.
They're interviewing people. You know, everybody's pointing their finger every which way. It was pretty scary to just be casually going about your day, and then you hear, you know, some gunshots right in the middle of the street. At like 6:30, it wasn't even really that dark out.
That's kind of an unusual thing to happen here, right? Walking around here, it just seems like everybody's really friendly.
From what I've heard, there is some gang activity, but it's mostly territorial. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like they're looking to gun down civilians because they're just walking around. And it's not a very common thing. I think it really is a warm community. Grocery store across the street from our house. They generally like speak to me in Spanish.
Huh. Do you think if you spoke to them in English, they would, like, do they just always speak Spanish?
They'll tell me like my total in Spanish, but I can always see it on the register. But I'm like, the most I've really said are like, where are the avocados?
Sorts of cool candy and stuff. Huh. What's that?
I think those are
tamarind flavor. Awesome. Here's the fast facts on Pilsen. The average rental price for a studio is about $500 to $700. For a 2-bedroom, about $600 to $800. The safety rating is yellow. Transportation nearby is the Pink Line at 18th and the number 8 bus, which goes up Halstead. To sum it up, whether you're checking out a gallery or just a die-hard fan of Mexican food, there's a lot to do and see, but be sure to play it safe. I don't know why I made all the other episodes food episodes, because Mexican food is my favorite food.
Yeah.
And I could just come here and go crazy and eat everything.